Good morning, family. It's the day after the election. It's early Thursday morning, and I was just reflecting on our mission, a healing community that's healing its community. It's the second part of the mission that is particularly challenging for us. Being influenced by a consumeristic culture, we are very willing to give $1 to a stranger on the street, but not to give our whole lives to the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so that's the thing that we're going to continue to challenge you on and invite you to consider ways in which you can connect your life, connect your passions, connect your talents to the Lowell neighborhood, the parish community that is On-Ramps. Don't think big, think small. You don't have to necessarily do Herculean things to make an impact. It's simple things like walking your dogs in the neighborhood, like prayer walk in the neighborhood, riding your bicycle through the neighborhood and praying, driving your vehicle through the neighborhood and praying, joining volunteering at Saturday sports, volunteering at Wise Old Owl, the tutoring club, volunteering or connecting your life and beginning to attend the Spanish language resonant group as a neighbor and as a partner. But it's also the first part of our mission, a healing community that is particularly challenging and deceptively so, especially following an election. I don't know if you realize this. I know we talk a lot about the fact that Sunday morning is the most racially segregated hour of the week in our country. But it's not just racially segregated, and particularly, and this is why it's deceptive, in the multi-ethnic church movement, while we are bridging the racial divide, the racial chasm in our country and in our world, by gathering together as a church on Sunday morning, we're still very politically divided. I don't know if you thought a lot about that, but that's the truth. Even in the multi-ethnic church category, if you listen to the conversation around the table and listen to the preaching and the teaching, you'll find out that though that church is multi-ethnic, everyone in the church votes the same direction. That's what is potentially really unique and powerful about On-Ramps, one of the many, many things. And so as we prepare to gather this Saturday evening, I want you to reflect on the fact that, yeah, we're multi-ethnic, yes, we're multi-class, and there's so many other things that make us who we are. But at the end of the day, you're going to be sitting next to somebody likely this Saturday night who voted differently than you did, voted differently on a proposition, voted for a different mayoral candidate, voted for a different presidential candidate. And while you may be feeling elated or you may be feeling fearful, the other person is feeling quite the opposite. And you're sitting next to each other because we are politically diverse. And so the question that you then have to wrestle with is, how do I love my neighbor? How do I love the person that's next to me? It certainly isn't by being self-righteous and saying, hey, I got it right and you got it wrong. You shouldn't fear, you shouldn't be hopeful. But rather, it's opening up your heart, entering into their story. And I would encourage those of you that are feeling hopeful about the results to enter into the pain of those that are in fear. Listen, just listen. Listen to the pain. Listen to the fear. Enter in. Open your heart. Consider why they are in such fear. Those emotions are not fabricated. And they're not superficial. They're not unfounded. They're real. And so this is then the challenge as we regather this Saturday night. And I'll tell you this, what will cause On-Ramps to remain unique as a church is if we do this well. And the only obstacle between us doing this well and just becoming a multi-ethnic church that is politically all of the same persuasion is our ability to love. It's in your heart. And the question that Jesus sort of lifted for us that we wrestled with last Saturday night in Luke 6 becomes so relevant, so pertinent. If we are unable to do this, then why do we call him Lord when we don't do what he says? Love God. Love your neighbor. That's our challenge. A healing community. Healing its community. God bless you. See you Saturday. Looking forward to it.